The time is here. We are getting a 2019 Jeep JL Sahara. So you guys don't know this, but this has been in the works for a while now. I haven't said anything about it because it's been kind of back and forth, but my dad has been wanting a Jeep for a while now. We go up to Arrowhead a lot and he wants a toy up there to, do trails, and when it starts snowing, he's gonna need four-wheel drive to avoid the chains and all that. So he's been playing with the idea of getting a Jeep for a while now, and he finally did it. He is picking up a 2019 Jeep Wrangler Sahara. Now personally, I don't know much about all the different Jeep trim levels they have out there because I haven't looked too much into it as much as he has, but this is my basic understanding and knowledge of the Jeep trims. So you have the Rubicon, which is kind of their more off-road one. I think it comes with different off-road suspension, but the thing that kind of killed it for him was the red dash. It has like this bright red leather dash, which I'm not a fan of, he's not a fan of, so that's off the table right away. And then they have the Sport, which I think is like the nicer option. It's got the leather, all the bells, whistles, and everything, which he wanted, but those come in at such higher price ranges just because it's the Sport and all that. Then there's the Sahara. I'm not sure where that fits in the mix of all the different trims they have, but it had everything he wanted. He wanted the bigger screen, he wanted the different gauge cluster, he wanted leather without the red dash. It was just, the Sahara was the right configuration of everything he wanted at the price he wanted. So he's getting a Sahara. Now, the reason we don't need to go with the Rubicon and all of its off-road upgrades is because we have been in communication with Black Star Off-Road out in Anaheim. They are going to be the ones building this Jeep. Personally, I told him I would have built it for him. All he had to do was buy the parts, and Garrett and I would throw all the stuff on in the driveway. Simple as that. But he wants it done in sort of a timely manner, and personally, I don't think he trusts us putting shit on his Jeep. I don't blame him. We're fairly new at it, but I think I could have done it. Anyways, we're gonna be going to Black Star as soon as he gets the Jeep, placing our orders for all the parts that we want put on it. Then once all the parts are in, we're gonna drop it off at Black Star, and then they'll be putting all the parts on the Jeep. It should take about 2 to 3 days once it's in the shop, and then he will have a fully built, nothing crazy, Jeep for the mountains. So he's going to pick that up, and then we're gonna head over to Black Star, place the orders, and then it's just a waiting game at that point. Toward the end of the video, I will kind of do a quick walk around real quick. But what I'm gonna do is further down the road, I'm gonna make a legit build breakdown video like I've done in the past. I'll put a link to it somewhere, but I'm kind of torn between two different build breakdown video options. There's the one like I did on my truck where I kind of parked it somewhere, did a quick walk around with the camera and showed you all the parts as I talked about it. Or I can go the route that I did with Miguel's Evo 9, where it's kind of interview style. You're posted up in front of the vehicle, talk about all the upgrades, and then do like a cinematic video at the end of it. So what I would like you guys to do is to go watch both videos and then tell me in the comment section which one you'd like to see me do with the Jeep. More of a walk around with the camera explaining all the parts, or more interview style explaining the parts and then cinematic at the end. Let me know in the comments below, and I will catch up with you guys once we have the Jeep in our possession. So I just pulled up to Black Star Off-Road, which is a company that specializes in upgrading Jeeps, lifts, wheels, tires, any accessories, exterior, interior, everything. So I'm gonna head inside right now and go talk to Tim and start getting everything figured out.
Okay, I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, sounds good. See you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So that was my dad. He's on the way here with the Jeep. I'm very excited for him. This is his first personal vehicle he's had in probably 20 years. So he's very excited to get this work done. I'm very excited for him, both as a son and as an off-roader. So yeah, let's head inside and we'll get everything started. So here we are at Black Star's display area where they have all these nice, already lifted, customized Jeeps, all different ways. You have 2.5 to 3.5 inch lifts. You have 35-inch tires, you have 37-inch tires. You got everything you could ever want on a Jeep. So now we're just waiting for my dad to get here, bringing the Jeep so we could talk to Tim right over there and get everything set up and ordered. And they should probably have it done within the week. I've always been a huge fan of this. I believe it's called Octane Blue color. It's just so nice. It's got like the deep blue, but it comes out with a nice light shimmer on it. Something that I've always loved about Jeep parts is how they come in these wooden crates. I think that is the coolest thing ever. Fortunately, we probably won't ever see that because it's just gonna come straight here and get worked on, but oh well. Another thing is my dad never showed me what the Jeep looked like, so I don't know what color it's gonna be, so that's gonna be a huge surprise for me, but I'm excited to see it. He's been bouncing between the silver, the gray, the white, so I don't know what he ever landed on, but honestly, I'm a fan of all the colors. This is the color he originally wanted, kind of the sharp gray, but I wasn't a fan of it for the longest time just because it has sort of a brownish look to it, but once you upgrade it versus all the stock parts, it ends up looking a lot better in my opinion. So maybe he got this color, maybe he got a silver, maybe he got a charcoal, who knows. He did want yellow for a while too, but I tried talking him out of that. So we're home now and we placed the orders for all the parts we're gonna be putting on the Jeep. And all we have to do is wait a few days now for them to come in. We'll drop it off. We'll take a few more days. It'll all get put on and we can enjoy it up in Lake Arrowhead. But for now, my dad just couldn't wait. He had to strip the whole roof off. So he ended up going with the dark charcoal type color over that sharp gray. But I honestly really like it. It's a very nice Jeep. I mean, I'm not too familiar with the JKs, but I think this is a huge step up from the JKs. So now we're just gonna go take it for a ride, and I'll catch up with you guys in a few days once it's all built. So while we wait these few days for the parts to come in, my dad also decided he wanted to get tint done on the Jeep. For whatever reason, me personally, I've never put tint on my truck, but he wants to go darker, so let's go darker. Are you happy with your new purchase? Oh my god. So the owner of SoCal Tint Shop down here in Chino has this gnarly Gladiator parked out front, and we got to talking, and apparently he builds a different Jeep for SEMA each year. I think this is their 3rd or 4th year building one, and they said this is only halfway done. It's gonna be completely different. This is the first Jeep Gladiator that was sold and delivered to the West Coast. They got it here. It's gonna be a SEMA build. They're, like he said, only halfway done, but they got countless sponsors already on it, but they got a lot more on the way. He was running down the whole list with us, and I can't even keep track of half the stuff he said.
I found one very small detail, very small. You will never think about putting it on a vehicle, but us dirt bike riders support it. Look at the little bed right here. Oh!
What?
It's for dirt bike tires.
The hoops down there?
Oh, the dirt bike things are
oh!
tread, see?
So we're back from the tint shop, and everything looks pretty uniform for the most part until you look all the way through, and then the front looks just a bit darker than the back does. So you can use the green bushes in the back as kind of a reference point for how much you can see through. And I think the reason for that being is because the back already came with 20% from factory. We wanted 20% all the way around, so we decided to just do the front 20% and kind of leave the back for now, and I wanted to see how it would come out. And now seeing this also on the inside, you can kind of see that it's a bit darker on the front than it is on the back. See the two differences right there. So we may end up just going back, and what she recommended was put a 50% tint on the back just to add the heat shield, and it'll darken it just a little bit more to kind of make it all even, or we'll just leave it like this because in all honesty, it's kind of just a fun weekend thing for the mountains, and we'll probably have the top off and the windows down, or even take the doors off for that matter, so it's not too big of a deal. But I mean, we always may end up just going back to fix it, but it's fine for now. It came out good. They did a great job. Shout out to SoCal Tints in Chino. Hit them up if you need tint and you're in the area. I am extremely tired because I was too excited to sleep last night. After a longer than expected wait, we are finally going to drop off the Jeep at Black Star to get the parts put on. They said the parts should have come in Saturday, but they didn't come in until yesterday, Tuesday, so we had to wait a little longer than expected, but they're in nonetheless, so let's go get them put on. I have never understood how Groms can be street legal. Those things are so tiny. If you get in an accident on that, you are flying and you are possibly dead. The day is finally here. The Jeep is ready, and oh my God, am I excited. Let's go get this bad boy. I already passed by the Jeep and saw it, and it looks amazing, but he hasn't seen it yet, so he's about to see it right now. This thing came out so good. Look how nice this looks. Ooh. Now I don't want to talk too much about what we did to it because we will be doing a build breakdown video later, like I said. But I thought we'd just get a quick walk around of it. Damn, that thing looks good. So I know this isn't the most crazy build, but that's for a specific reason, which I'll get into in the build breakdown video. But this build is very clean, and it is more than enough for what we're going to be doing with it. So I am just in love with the way it came out. I love the way it looks. Like I said before, I will be doing a build breakdown video of the Jeep, but what I would like you to do is go watch 2 of my previous videos, one being my Tacoma's mid-travel build breakdown and the other being Miguel's Evo 9. Because those are 2 different styles of build breakdowns that I've done before, one of which being sort of a walk around the vehicle showing you guys each part as I describe what we did to it, and the other being an interview in the first half kind of describing what's been done to the vehicle, and the second half of the video being a cinematic of the vehicle. So please go watch both of those, comment down below what you think I should do for the Jeep, and if you haven't already, subscribe and like and share with your friends. See you guys later.